this beautiful sharing. I'm going to start recording right now, so anybody who is missing, they can still benefit from our sharings. Friends, if you can see, I see your hands you're raising, but here also you can raise your hand just like Dean and Timer raise your hand here in the chat box. So it will be easier for me even if I'm managing something and I don't see your physical hand, you can see that. Thank you for giving a thumbs up, and mashallah, takbir for Dean and Timer. Great teamwork, and it looks so beautiful, and your mom deserves a special hug for all that she does with you, right? Mashallah. Okay, so go ahead. Bayan, I can see your name here. You can go on the more and you can click rename and you can type your name here. Okay?
Where?
So that you see your name. If you go and hover it, you can go and you can rename yourself to your own name, inshallah. Okay? So go ahead, Adil. Anything exciting on your mind?
We are moving to a new house.
All right, we are moving into a new house. So how is the preparation, Adil?
Good. It's
Good.
finished.
Huh?
The building is finished.
The building is finished. It's ready to have you there.
Yeah.
Awesome. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it a very easy move for you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless this place. And when you move, you are going today, you're going to enjoy the lesson a lot more because we are going to learn about moving today. And in Arabic, it's called Hijrah. So some of you can start opening the book and let's see who will be at that right page. Okay, go ahead, Musa. Anything exciting on your mind? Good job. MashaAllah, Sajid has first and Zaina is also showing me excellent.
I went to scooter every day because I did not watch TV for the rest of the time.
Okay, say it again, Musa.
I went scooter every day.
You went to school? What do you mean you went to school?
No, I went to scooter every day.
You went to scooter every day. That's so amazing. So
I did not watch TV too.
okay, I like that. So you can limit your watching, and you know what? TV you can watch a lot of good things also on TV. Okay. So, but if you're watching bad things, then obviously we stay away from it. But may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us, like you can use everything that we have for good. And even when you're going on your scooter, you can remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and you can do amazing things there. Friends, we are going to use our digital manners, so please make sure that you are muted. I don't have to do this. When I take your name, then you can talk, okay? And let's make sure that we are sitting in a distraction-free place so we can be focused for a class. So go ahead, Zaina. And Musa, you can always record your adventures, your scooter adventures, and share with us also in show and share, okay? Okay, go ahead, Zaina.
Yesterday I went biking with my dad.
Uh-huh. And did you see all those beautiful flowers coming out?
Yes.
And the trees, isn't that amazing?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So even though we are all at home, there are things that we can do. And if you're going on an outdoor adventure, just keep safe distance. And once you come back, make sure you wash your hands first when you come in, okay? And you get inside the home. Go ahead, Maria.
I climbed my tree.
Uh-huh. Say it again.
I climbed my tree.
You climbed a tree?
Yeah.
Yes. So how high did you go?
Not that high.
Not that high? Okay. So I hope you keep at a safe distance, right? And so that you don't hurt yourself. But do you feel how strong are trees? Right? From a little seed, they grow and they turn into so strong and big. And just again, make sure that you wash your hands because there's a lot of green moss which is coming down, right? So just make sure that you keep your hand washed. I'm going to give option for somebody else to share. Others just wait. If somebody else is wanting to share, they can raise their hand. Good. Okay, go ahead, Adil. I don't see any other hands, so go ahead. Yes, Adil? You're muted.
I forgot I did.
You forgot I did. I'm so happy to see Lamine here. Lamine, where are you? I missed you last week. So you want to turn your camera on? And at this time, let's give a smile for everybody. Thank you for that clapping hand, Deen and Taima. Awesome, mashallah. Okay, so let's give a smile to everybody. We're so happy that all of us are here. How many of us? Are we missing anybody, or is everybody here today? What do you
I'm
think?
here.
Okay, if you think that some friend is missing, you can
Everybody's
type
here.
the name in the
Not
chat.
everybody's here.
No.
Okay.
Not everybody's here.
Uh-oh. If you're gonna forget our digital manners, then gonna become very difficult. So if you think that somebody is missing, the chat box is right here. And the chat box, you can type on top of it. Like, for example, I will type there. So it's always going to be open. You can type anytime you like, okay? But when you are talking, then you definitely need to have your hand raised up, just like Bayan did right now. Go ahead, Bayan.
Myra is missing.
Myra is missing. I hope she can join. And anybody else? Lameen, can you talk? I would like to hear your voice if you're able to talk. Okay, I think you're still adjusting your place. So go ahead, you can adjust and then just speak when you're ready, okay? But so happy that you're here in the class. I miss you.
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Is that okay? That was Sajid answering. Okay, so we're gonna keep our digital manners so that we can follow each other very nicely. So walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So everybody keep yourself mute except for those people who are given permission to talk. So go ahead, Mariam, you want to say something?
Ahlam is missing too.
Ahlam is missing too. I hope she's able to join while we get started. Okay, yes, jazakallah khair. So keep each other in your du'as, and just like that, inshallah, we can keep. I'm so happy Kareem is also in. And Lameen, can you talk now?
Yes.
And you can keep the screen so that I can see you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A big thank you to our parents for helping us make sure that we are in. And if you are happy to see your friends, then let's give a big smile and can have some charity rewards, right? You're not gonna talk, but let's see what hand signs can you do for your friends. What hand sign can you? Awesome. You can give a thumbs up. You can make an awesome sign. Very good. You can give them a wave, a long distance wave, and we can make a dua hand sign also to make sure that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, thank you. You can make a love sign. Thank you. Bayan, are you okay? Are you trying to scare everybody? So alhamdulillah, I'm so happy that all of you are here. So inshallah, we are going to use our hands for something very special right now. And you're going to use your hands for getting our defense shield on. Are you ready? Yes, nod your head if you're ready. So don't unmute yourself. I'm going to keep everybody muted at this time. Bayan, I see your hands. Is there something that you want to say before I start? Go ahead, Bayan. No? You just accidentally raised your hand? Okay.
I left it on by accident.
Okay, so inshallah, we are going to raise these hands when you will be using for reading order as well, okay? And once somebody has read, then they will lower their hand. And so don't keep it on if you're not something to say. Sarim, do you want to say something? I can't see you, Sarim.
Yeah, like how can we put the camera on? Because I don't know,
it's not showing for you. So if you see this green ID at the bottom of your screen, if you use Alt Tab, maybe are you able to see this green thing here?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you hover on it, you will see there is a mic, and then next to it you will see video.
Yeah, but it's not letting me. Like it says unable to access camera. Allows you to access your camera from this device menu. Settings, privacy, camera.
Okay, Jazakallah khair for sharing that. I want you to check by any chance, is there any other classroom that is open? You are in any other meeting waiting for somebody? So close everything extra from your computer.
Okay.
Okay.
Like I'm on my mom's phone.
Okay, if you are on the phone, maybe a different setting. I don't know if you can quickly hop on a computer. Then
Oh.
if you are on a computer, because the reason I'm asking you if you're on a computer, then I will be letting you, and all of you, while Salim tries to figure that out, you can see this hand sign, okay? And that's the reason we are on Zoom now, so that you guys can write and teach us things too. So if you see there's this pen sign, if you click it, you have this whole menu that pops open. So you go ahead and you can give stars to some favorite friends, give some smiles, so you can collect things from here. You see, I can give a star for Taima and Dean for sharing their beautiful prayer place. I can give stars, I can write things, so you can use signs from here and you can write on my screen as well. Okay.
I prayed all the namazes.
Now you have a lot of questions. Everybody's raising hands, so it's okay. This is our first time on Zoom together. We will take our time to figure it out. Okay, it's okay. This my Islamic studies session seems like more like a tech help session now.
Sister Shabbat?
If somebody talks without raising hand, I will not be able to respect that. There are a lot of people in this room, and I need to follow digital manners to respect. So go ahead, Sarim.
Wait, what?
So Sarim, I see your hand raised in the screen. If you are done talking, then I can lower it.
Like, actually, I can do it on a laptop. Like, my mom is using her laptop, and my sister is using my dad's laptop.
I see, I can totally understand that, Sarim. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you for even using the phone. So in the phone, if you are able to see, and like if you can close all the rest of the apps, any app that may be open, and then if you see, if not, then just focus with us, okay? Then don't worry about your video not showing. Inshallah, Allah will still reward you for being here.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Bayan, go ahead.
So you can like what you can do is you can do like circles with your mouse and Sister Javaria's screen, and then you see something on the top. It says you are viewing Sister Javaria's screen, and then you can press view options, and then there's something that's called annotate.
Yeah, it's called annotate. Yeah.
Annotate, and then you can just like write.
Very good. So you can press from here, you can press annotate, and I will let you play with that right now. So if you want, you can write on my screen at this time as I speak. You can write your name, you can put some star stickers, whoever would like to write anything, go ahead.
Writing start.
Okay. Thank you, Bayan. So go ahead, Mariam. Mariam, I love your background there. Okay. Mariam, unmute. Yeah, go ahead now.
Are we gonna read the story of the Hijrah?
Yes, exactly. I can't wait to read. Let's get together. R-E-A-D, read to succeed. Okay, so go ahead, Sajid.
When we start to read the Hijrah, can I read?
If I can get to that screen, yes. I told you that we are going to follow digital manners, so you will be raising your hand, and that's why I'm keeping the screens in front of you guys, so you guys can see how things look. So you're gonna raise your hand, and that way I will be able to allow you to read. Okay, so go ahead, Zaina.
Do you raise your hand on the computer?
Okay, so if you don't know how to raise a hand on the computer, it's okay. I can see you also, okay? So I will try that. I can keep an eye on that too. But if you raise your hand on the computer, then obviously it's more clear for me because when we are reading, obviously we want to focus on our reading also, okay? But it's okay. You can find it at the bottom. You will see their options, and then you can raise hand. So you try figure out while we are getting started. Go ahead, Musa.
I went to Lamin's shop.
Wow. So what was happening there?
Lamin's sister's restaurant.
Laveen is surprised now. Laveen, you want to say something? Laveen, unmute yourself when you say something. I'm so happy to see your smile.
Wrestle.
Huh?
We did not wrestle.
Say it again.
We didn't wrestle.
No, he's saying he went to the restaurant.
Restaurant.
Not wrestle. Okay, so did you enjoy the food?
Yeah, it was desserts and there was scrambled eggs.
Wow, okay. Alhamdulillah. And I hope some of us are
And
making some nice
and
breakfast.
most of the time, Lamin's sisters was serving us.
Okay, all right.
Oh, at the cafe.
Yeah,
What is the name of the cafe?
I forgot the name,
Okay,
but it was
Lamine is,
they had a lot of sweets.
okay. Lamine, you want to say it?
Bonjour de France.
Okay, you
Oh
have to
yeah,
say it a little bit closer, Lamine, because we are not able to hear you very well. So say it either a little louder. Did you have breakfast today, Lamine?
Yes.
Yes, so your voice should be very energetic, okay? So go ahead. If you want, you can write on the screen too, okay? So inshallah, you can do that. So alhamdulillah. Kareem, can I see you? Or you are on an iPad, so I think that's probably the reason. So,
It's not letting me start the video. Same thing with Saturn.
oh, same thing like
I'm on an
Saturday.
iPad.
Okay. Oh, look here. We have the rest of our friends too, alhamdulillah, joining us. So happy to have Cecil here. And so happy to have Humera. And alhamdulillah, now we were missing, mashallah, she is here now. So,
It says unable. It says unable to access camera. Allows them to access your camera from device menu settings, privacy camera.
okay, okay. So there would be maybe a setting. So I wish I had more time to help you on that, but we definitely want to read now. So it's okay now. You can keep, those who are able to see, we can keep them, seeing like that. And inshallah, what we're going to do right now is you show me your hands. And I like the way some of us are writing on my page. That's really incredible. So all of us, let's stretch ourselves and let's get our pencil on by saying together. I need to see your hands also moving together, okay? A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. I seek refuge with Allah from the cursed shaitan. Good job, Sajid. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious. A big tight hug to yourself. The most merciful. Rabbi. Hands up in the air. Rabbi and dua. In the dua form. Very nice. Just thinking about Allah. Rabbi zidni ilma. Rabbi zidni ilma. Good job, Halima. Good job, Zaina. Rabbi zidni ilma. Oh my Lord, advance me in knowledge. Ayan, you can say it also with me, okay? With words. Allahumma inna nas'aluka ilman nafi'a wa rizqan tayyiba wa amalan mutaqabbala. Oh Allah, we ask you for knowledge that benefits, for provision that is good, and for actions that get accepted. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. So I am so happy to see all these scribbles because this shows that you are able to use your annotate function and you are able to write on my screen. So now I'm going to clear all the drawings and hold on to your writing, and a very, very warm welcome one more time to our reading class, inshallah. Okay, so friends, make sure that you're not writing at this time anymore. Okay, so I have to do this because some people are not listening. So now I'm going to clear, and Jazakallah khair for being here. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us make the most of our time, inshallah. And the first thing that we're going to do after, mashallah, having such a nice sharing session with all of us, and it's basically to find what date do we have. So I'm going to allow you to go ahead and find and put a star on the date, which is today, for Rajab and for March. So you don't have to raise your hand. You can use the annotate feature at this time, and you can go ahead and type it for me. Okay, so let's see if you can do that at this time. Okay, so go ahead. For me, I think Yeah, I am trying to see. My annotate option is also not there. So go ahead. Who would like to say it? Mariam?
I'm in vacation.
Okay, Mariam, go ahead. You want to share which date do you think is the date today?
Like, I don't know how to write on the screen.
Okay, I gave you the annotate option. If you are not able to see it, it's okay. For some reason, you know, like this digital things, they sometimes disappear. So it happens for me also. It's, let me just make sure I have it too.
But how do you write on the screen?
Sweetie, you have a annotate pen that I was showing you earlier. So that helps us to write on the screen. But at this time, I'm also trying to locate mine because I can't see it.
Now.
Yeah, so you basically take that tool and then you write it. If you are able to write it, it's good. If not, then I'm just going to show you this, that today is, who can tell me the date for today? Yes, go ahead, Adil.
March 16th.
March 16th. Do you think today is March 16th?
No.
What do you think is today's date? Lameen, what is today's date?
I know.
Uh-huh. Yes, Lisa?
March 23rd.
Very good. I like the way Kareem is even typing. Even he's in typing. So I like the way that Kareem is even typing inside the screen and Mariam has her hand raised up. I'm trying to locate my annotate also. So 1 second, give me 1 second, but you are doing amazing. You told me this, so go ahead. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes to make sure that you have your salat chart and you have marked till Fajr right now. We are just prayed till Fajr. So make sure that your salat chart is marked with your choices. And Jazakallah khair once again to Deen and Taima for showing your prayer place. And I hope we can all in our steam show and share the amazing ways we are praying together in Jama at home now, right? Now that the mosques are out, we are all praying at home, so we can all share that, inshallah. Okay, so let's all focus now and look at the back side of your salat chart, and that tells us that if we give thanks, then Allah gives us more, right? So I hope that in your families, with your life, you are acting very thankfully, inshallah. And we are very thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that even though the school is out, we are able to be here together and we are able to study together, right? So, I like your background, mashallah, that you are searching, right? Okay, so today we will learn about Hijrah, and you can start raising your hands at this time on your prompt for reading order. And then whoever is left, then I'm gonna call them for reading. So you don't—
How do you do the background?
So you do not talk without raising hand. So Mariam, go ahead. We can open up the Hijrah chapter and we're going to start reading from there. There are a lot of options we can do in here and you can play around with those things later, but let's focus, inshallah.
Sister Jawaria.
Okay, option number 1, you're going to call me by name, or option number 2, we're going to use digital manners. Lock your answers, friends. 1 or 2? 1 or 2? Okay, excellent. So I see Mariam's hand right now here. So go ahead, Mariam. I want you to start reading from Hijrah.
Hijrah. Because Muslims were going through great hardship in Mecca, the Prophet began looking for a safer place in which Muslims could live. He invited a group of people from Medina to accept Islam. These new Muslims became now known as the Ansar, the helpers. They now found a safe city to move to. So the Prophet ﷺ ordered all Muslims to leave Mecca for Medina. One by one, the Muslims left for Medina.
Excellent. Very good reading, mashallah, Mariam. Excellent. So if you have your hand raised in the reading order, then I'll be able to call the next person, right? So I hope everybody has finger on the text because I can be taking your name at any time as well, okay, to read. So make sure that you are ready. So go ahead, Adil.
They had to leave their families' homes and belongings. They only took with them what they could carry. The Prophet ﷺ did not leave for Mecca straight away, as he was waiting for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala permission to do so.
All right, mashallah. So this was the time when everything was happening very tough, and that was the reason they were asked to leave. Now I am, for some reason, my annotate is not here, but go ahead. Can you, some of you tell, you can unmute and you can raise your hand. I'm going to ask you right here. The Muslims are going through great hardship in Makkah, and that's why they were asked to leave, and Rasulullah asked them to leave Makkah for Medina. Can you tell some hardships which they were going through? Okay, some hardships that they were going through. So you can raise your hand and talk about it. So go ahead, Musa. Some hardships that the Muslims were going through, why they were asked to leave. What do you think?
Because the Christians thought they were spreading the Islam around. Then
Okay.
Then they had to just travel on long way they had to travel to
What kind?
Medina.
Yes. But we are talking about what were the hardships that were happening. So who else would like to share any hardship that any hardship that you know, or some examples of hardships which were happening? Go ahead, Musa. Lameen, I want you to use the index page to find. We are discussing the topic of Hijrah. I can show you the page number here, but my smart people, we can do READ, read to succeed. Can everybody see my screen, or you cannot see my screen? Are you able to see my screen? Yes? Alhamdulillah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I think that was the reason that the screen got off for a little while, and that's why I was looking for my tools. So now that I have my tools here, I am talking about this place right here, that they were going through great hardship. Okay, so if you want, you can type some great hardships that were happening, or you can even tell me about it. Okay, so what great hardships were happening? So go ahead, anybody wants to share? Musa, go ahead. Musa, you have to unmute yourself.
They were not allowed to practice their religion.
Not allowed to practice religion. Isn't that a very big hardship? Not to allow to practice religion. So when this happens, it becomes very difficult, right? That's really beautiful. And that's why Rasulullah began looking for a safer place in which Muslims could live, right? And that's why they were invited. There's some people from Medina were invited, they accepted Islam, and these new Muslims became the Ansar.
No, you don't have it. I can just leave, but then stop telling. Just leave me.
Okay, so these new Muslims, let me make sure I have this up for you. Some of you are writing also. Okay, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make all of us benefit from this. So go ahead, we have the next reader. We're gonna read now. Some people were asked to leave and they were leaving. Just 1 second, friends. I'm trying to make sure I have a lot of things blinking on my screen, Cecil, and some people leave the room, then they come back in the room, and it creates a lot of things here. Okay, so if I see your name here in raised hand, then it's easier for me to invite you. But if I see your hand physically, then also can I invite? But then you will have to wait. Okay, so go ahead, Halima.
When the leaders of Quraysh saw Muslims leaving Mecca for Medina, they became really angry.
They called a meeting on how they could finally get rid of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam and Islam once and for all. They decided that each tribe would propose one person. They would all the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam at the same time when he leaves. That way, no one could be blind and
Right. So that way no one could be blamed. So they became really angry. Is it a good thing to be angry? Option number one. Okay, should I be angry? Option number two, I should not be angry. Right? Very good, mashallah. So they called on a meeting, and do you think this was a good meeting or a bad meeting? Option number one, it was a good meeting. Option number two, it was a very bad meeting. There can be a lot of meetings, right? And they have their own agenda. Mashallah, I'm so happy. Most of you can tell me it's two, it's not a good meeting, right? And they were thinking, how can we get rid of Islam once for all? So they decided that each tribe would provide one person, and they would all strike the Prophet ﷺ at the same time. Na'uzubillah. How sad is that? Okay, go ahead, Zena, next.
The blame for his death would be decided amongst all the tribes involved. This would make it impossible for the family of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ to fight back.
Wow, so that's their strategy. Let's see what happens next. Go ahead, Sajid.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala informed the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam of this plan. So he told Ali radiallahu anhu to sleep in his bed, pretending to be him. As the people surrounded the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam's house, he opened the door and blew dust in the air. This dust went into the eyes of all the killers. As they rubbed their eyes, the Prophet ﷺ escaped, walking right past them.
Subhanallah. So this detail that's here, Rasulullah sallam, can you imagine that these people were coming to hurt the Prophet sallam, and yet they knew he was such a good man that they had kept their stuff safe with him. So Rasulullah sallam, what did he do? As a very smart person, he told Ali radiallahu anhu he can take care of all those belongings. Once he's gone, he can still return the things to those people. Can you imagine all the bad guys? They're coming to hurt him, and he is even thinking of their good. So he gave all the things to Ali that, when this happens in the morning, just give all these belongings to them. And then he asked him to sleep in his bed, and then he left from there with one of his best friend, and that was, anybody knows the name can type in the chat prompt. Let's see if you can type the name of the companion that he went with. So go ahead, Kareem, you can read next meanwhile. Thank you for writing in the chat box.
When the men from Quraysh entered the house and about to strike, they realized that it was not Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam but Ali radiallahu anhu. This whole event was a great embarrassment for Quraysh.
Runaway slaves. Excellent. And they were trying to find refuge. What were they trying to find here? They were trying.
Okay, why are we hearing sound in here? 1 second. Okay, who is? Okay, they left the room. Okay, sorry about that. There was somebody in our room. Okay, so what's happening next? We're gonna read with very good, mashallah, Sajid. Good answer. It was Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu anhu, and Sarim, very good. You also wrote there, and Zurain also. Okay, alhamdulillah. Zurain, you can always rename your screen and you can make your name come in there. So go ahead, Sarim, you can be the next reader. Thank you for raising your hand digitally. The Prophet?
The Prophet ﷺ left Makkah with his friend Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. The Quraysh became really desperate. this spread. They knew if Muhammad ﷺ reached Medina, there would be no way to stop the spread of Islam. For this reason, they offered a reward of 100 camels for the person who finds the Prophet ﷺ. Groups of people Groups of people quickly went searching for him, and Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu.
Let's hold on here and we will move to the next page. But can you imagine now, not only they wanted to hurt him, kill him, they even are offering reward for it, right? So they even are saying that we are going to give such a huge reward for anybody who finds them. So go ahead, finish the statement and then I can ask Zareen.
So they could catch them and win the huge prize.
Alhamdulillah. So go ahead, Zareen.
The spider's web. The Quraysh followed the Prophet ﷺ and Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu to a cave where
Anha is for a girl, Anhu is for a male. And if you're stopping there, you're going to say radiallahu an. Okay, go ahead.
To a cave where they were resting. The Quraysh became right up to opening of the cave that Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu who was able to see them. However, a miracle happened.
Okay, let's have the next reader, Maria. Maryam, you're mute.
However, a miracle happened that stopped the Quraysh from entering as the Prophet ﷺ and Abu Bakr entered the cave. A spider spun a web across the entrance. This confused the Quraysh because the signs and tracks showed that the Prophet ﷺ and Abu Bakr were in that cave. They said to themselves, if anyone had entered this cave, there would be a web across the entrance. So they all turned away. The Muslims in Medina were very worried about the Prophet ﷺ and Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. When they finally arrived at Medina.
Okay, let's hold on. Let's read one paragraph to give everybody chance. Okay, so anybody who has not read, Lameen, go ahead. Unmute yourself first. The Muslims in Medina.
The Muslims in Medina were very worried about the Prophet ﷺ and Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. When they finally arrived at Medina, there was great joy and celebration. It was the greatest day Medina had ever seen. This whole event is known as the Hijrah, which also marks the beginning of the Islamic calendar.
Very good. So this Hijrah, known as migration, the Hijrah in English is called migration, and this is the beginning of the Islamic calendar. And that's from where today, if I go back to the Salah chart, then you can see that if we have the Salah chart saying, we have the Salah chart saying 1440, then that is coming from that particular year when the Prophet ﷺ moved from Makkah to Medina. Let me make sure I have the pointer so I can show you. Let me just make sure the screen is out of the way. So you see this here, right here, 1441. Can you see that? All of you can see that 1441 on your Salah chart?
Yes.
Yes. So this is from that time when the Prophet ﷺ moved from Mecca to Medina. This many years have gone by. Okay, so that marks the start of this Hijrah. So this marks the beginning of the Islamic calendar. Okay, so some of you who are writing on the screen, I'm going to give you a start. So today, since we learned about Hijrah, what did I learn? You can use a text prompt and you can write on any one block, okay? But you're not going to write anything else on the screen. And while I'm going to let you know that some of us, like, we can use this annotate. Those who are on the computer who are able to annotate can pick up a text box, not with a scribble. Now you guys are very smart students, so you can pick up a text box and then you can come here and you can make your text small so it fits in the size. So today I learned that I need to move from bad to good. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to do, okay? So don't write it with freehand. Go ahead and get the text prompt and write it with that, okay? So you don't have to scribble with your hand. But what we are going to do today is, mashallah, give yourself a big pat on the back that you read so nicely. And you are going to read the chapter one more time. And in your live session, you can just press turn in. And that will be your grade for today for being here. Okay, and I'm so happy to see you here, mashallah. Tomorrow, class, I am going to leave you with your workbook pages as an assignment. So you are going to be reading the book and then you are going to do your workbook pages and you will turn them in your classroom, Google Classroom. If anybody is not able to understand, they can reach out to me how to do it or how not to do it. But those who are putting in, they will start seeing their grades in Elma. Okay. And on Friday's Team Show and Share, you can talk about your migration, right? You can make a Team Show and Share about migration. Rasulullah ﷺ asked people when it was not safe that they can migrate to a safer land. Today also, we have, like, we have confined ourselves in our home to stay safe from some bad diseases as well, right? So you can make Steam Show and Share in many different ways. I am so proud of some people here who did an amazing Steam Show and Share last week. You can see their videos. Zurain, your banner looked so amazing. That big banner on Bismika Allahumma. And Halima, your sharing was also so incredible from last Show and Share, when everything was eaten up and only those two words remained. And many of you shared other things there, and that was so incredible, right? So inshallah, I hope you have a very, very wonderful rest of the class day. And if you have any questions, then you can raise your hand and I can answer it for you. And that's very beautiful, mashallah, what you wrote here. Always spread Islam. That's by Zurain. So very nice, mashallah. Use of the technology. The rest of you are scribbling, so it's difficult to understand, right? So if you take a prompt, then it's easier for us to write. So at this time, I am going to just ask who would like to share any question or anything with a dua that Rabbi zidni ilma. If you have a question, comment, you can raise your hand at this time. Sanim, go ahead. Yes, Sanim. Any questions, comment? If you don't have a question, then you can lower your hand.
I have a question. So I watched the movie yesterday. The movie of the Prophet ﷺ and the boy cow was in there.
Okay, and you want to share that?
Huh?
Do you want to share that with everybody, the link or anything?
Like it was like 25 minutes, but anyway, it was fun. It was
okay. Alhamdulillah. So you can always go and show and share, and you can share the link, or in this lesson, in the comments, you can share anything that you want. It's beneficial for everybody to hear.
Actually, it was 1 hour and 30 minutes.
Okay, so you can, in the comments of the classroom, you can leave that in the comments, inshallah. Okay, so people can benefit from it. So go ahead, Humaira, you want to say something? Okay, I hope, Humaira, you can, yes, when we are in the class, let's make sure that we follow. So I'm going to give you one last chance to smile to all of the friends, give them a big smile, big wave, I'm so happy to see all of you, and it's always fun learning with you, mashallah. And inshallah, tomorrow when you log in, just make sure that you do your classwork and turn it in. And on Friday, you can share Steam Show and Share. And for today, just turn in for your full grade. And do not forget.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Raja, did I ask you to say that right now?
Can we leave the meeting?
No, I didn't say you to leave yet. I have very important instruction for you right now, and that is to make sure that you give a big thank you to all your parents, okay? So everybody give a big hug to your parents for doing all that they're doing for you, mashallah. And I hope you have a very wonderful day ahead. So I'm going to say now, let's say this together. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. Kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Allahumma barik ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammadin kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. And Humaira, you can use that for your show and share, not in the classroom, right? So when you're doing show and share, you can use your props, anything that you want to share. So assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to everybody. If anybody still has a question, comment, they can stay and I can answer for 2 more minutes before you have your next class. So go ahead, Adil.
It's not a question.
Go ahead. Okay, Adil, go ahead. Adil, you got muted, so you have to unmute.
Every day, I give my mother and my father a hug.
MashaAllah, that's so
Like
incredible.
so many times.
So at this time, you need to give yourself a big pat on the back for doing that, right? And especially when you are moving, you are doing a hijrah as well, then everybody needs that extra smiles in the house, right? Alhamdulillah. Okay, Sajid?
After this, are we going to do the last chapter of the book, Life in Medina?
Yes, we are going to keep going strong and we're going to finish the book and see. So you can keep covering your word book also, like what is remaining. That will make it easier for you to see. Yes, Adil?
Wait, can I leave the meeting?
Yes, if you are done, you can go. Only any friend who needs anything.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakallah khair. Yes, Adil?
Like, what if we have I know if we finish the book, we just still do Islamic study, but what if are gonna review if it's still Islamic study and we are done, then what are we going to do?
We are still going to have so much to do, you will see. And then Adil can start teaching us, right? Every one of us can be a great teacher. So we're going to still have our Steam Show and Share party as well. So maybe we can do our party also. But I'm hoping we are back in school and then we're able to do our party in person, inshallah. Okay? So everybody enjoy your next class and don't get late for that. Lots and lots of prayers for you. Fi amanillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.